PHPRunner, like a bridge, silent architect, building up the future where the code once wrecked. A painter with no brush, yet it paints with ease. A symphony of data, flowing like the breeze. The canvas is bare, but it calls your name. Come and create, you're not the same. No need to fight, no tangled threads. Just weave the web where logic treads. A click of choice, now take your stand. Dynamic pages at your command. Databases dance and forms take flight. PHPRunner guides you to the light. From grids to charts, from lists to views, turns the complex into simple cues. No more struggle with code, so rare, invisible now, but everywhere. For the dreamer, the artist, the coder too, PHPRunner whispers, your vision's true. No more wrestling with the syntax maze, just create and let the platform blaze. Or click a choice, now take your stand. Dynamic pages at your command. Databases dance and forms take flight. PHPRunner guides you to the light. For the novice or expert to see a world of apps is now set free. A tool of magic, simplicity crowned, where beauty and data are found. Or the novice or expert you'll see, a world of apps is now set free. A tool of magic, simplicity crowned, where beauty and data are found. Click a choice, now take your stand. Dynamic pages at your command. Databases dance and forms take flight. PHPRunner guides you to the light. Yeah, PHPRunner guides you to the light. In a world where your dreams take flight. Yeah. In a world where your dreams take flight.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome again back to this live stream, PHPRunner Tips and Tricks live stream. I'm going to give a few more seconds for people to join because yesterday's stream actually went well. People actually start asking nice questions and, chat with me. So while I wait a couple of more seconds, please let me know. Can you hear me at least? Is the quality of the screen okay? Everything shows fine, or all the indicators shows fine from my side, so it seems, and it looks good. So what we are going to talk about today is mainly a PHPRunner's how we build functions in PHPRunner, PHP functions as well as JavaScript functions. Now, let me, excuse me, my voice is still not 100%, but I'm sure that things can continue this way. It's definitely not silent. I think it's still vocal. I'm still vocal. So let's try this. I'm not going to take your time too much. I don't want these streams to be hours and hours. I've seen long streams, and the shorter the better, actually, especially if you're a developer. You want to get to your answer and move on, right? So let's start. I'm going to open up the application. Excuse me. Okay, here we have the application. Now, when it comes to functions, functions is something that you can use over and over anywhere in a project, so you don't have to recode the same piece of code over and over. That's the idea of a function, and from that, the idea of classes was born. So I already touched on this slightly, but tonight today or right now, I'm gonna go to my events. I just want to spend a little bit more time regarding the actual functions. Here is my functions, excuse me, my event code. And in the after application initialize event, this is where I code my functions. So you will see that every word the function starts with the function. I give it a name. Now it happened before when I create a function, and when I run the application, it tells you straight, listen, the function is already defined on line 2274 or what, something similar to that. So it just so happened that you actually choose a function name that's already declared within PHPRunner somewhere in the background that we don't know where. That is why I've started to make a habit of to start the name of my functions with my initials, which is CDW, and then the function name. This way I know that this will be the only function that's called in this, with this particular name. Here I have a function, find a string in string. This is also called find the needle in a haystack, and very interesting function. I use it all the time. It is going to try and find a string within a string, and if it doesn't find it, it's going to return -1, and if it does return, if it does find it in the string, it will tell me at what position that string was found. So if you use those kind of things over and over in your project, it looks just much better to have a function to call there, and you can use instead of this piece of code over and over and over again, and eventually get so confused with so much code on the screen that you don't know where you are. This is another function that I use, RG. I call it RG. In this case it works. It's called remove garbage. So if I have any string, again it is a string function so far. I have plenty functions, and I will introduce them to you as we continue. All it does, it takes your string, see if there are any commas, these backtick things, or a semicolon, or a double colon, and if any of those is found in the string that you provided, it will remove those from the string and will return an empty, or not an empty, a cleaner or a clean string. So that's why I call it removed garbage. You can actually improve on this function where you declared what it is that you want to be removed outside of the function, and send that in as a variable as well. It's probably a better way. We will improve the function at some point. Nobody in the chat. Tell me where you're coming from. Tell me where you're listening. Are you from where in the world are you? What time in the morning, evening is it? Do you prefer this to be happening earlier, later in the day? Anything, or even if you just want to say hi, I will appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now a third function that I'm going to add, and I copied them here from my list, to be honest. All my projects have these functions. And I know them already, how they work. There's date functions. There's I have a lot of functions. I think I'm just gonna start with get table name from query. So if you have a SQL query and you need to know what is the table name for whatever reason, you just call this function. Obviously declare it over here first, and then call this query. Now let me just mention, and I mentioned that last night already as well, there's a slight not a difference or a dispute or anything. XLINESOFT during the Dev Club meetings suggest to do your functions in a separate manner or a separate way. How they want you to do the functions is, in fact, is you have to go to the style under custom files. I'm gonna try and do it now. I think you right click and you say new file. Now you will see the file name is file.html. I'm just going to call it cdw.php because functions needs to be stored in PHP files. And again, cdw is just my initials, so I call it cdw.php and click OK. Now, one important thing that you need to remember is with these files, here it is, you have to start the PHP and you have to end the PHP code, and all your functions will now go here. All right, I'm just gonna say they reckon the reason for this is that if you later on wants to combine some of these functions into classes, it's much easier to do in a standalone file or a file that's not part of the project. Actually, it's standing outside, because you can see here it's cdw.php. So and they have a good point there, but still for me I don't even know, does this do a syntax? Let's just see. If I say function, I want to call this, yeah, it looks like test. We can all right, so it looks like not too long ago the syntax checker did not work on external pages. So if I make a typo or a syntax error, it was not showing up. So now I have no more excuse. So you would actually then now start use doing this. I will continue on my way, but what you now still have to do, one more step, is that you will have to go back to the events, and right in the beginning of the events you will have to include once, or just include. I think include is going to be sufficient, and you will have to reference that cdw.php file. That is how they say you should use it. But in the same sentence, I was told there's nothing wrong the way I'm doing it. You can add your function straight in here, and it will also work. So this is how I am going to do it for now. Somebody there, great to see you are back. Yes, it's great to see that you are back too and watching the video. Thank you very much. Hello Steve, welcome. Is the quality okay? Can you guys hear me at least? because that's still things I'm trying to work out. Anyway, so I'm gonna try and see if I can test this new function that I just added. Yeah. On the list page, on the actual list page of any table of the on the list page before SQL query, you can see, oh, I was already here busy doing some stuff, as you can see. Anyway, let me see what it is that I want to show. This function, for some reason I can't press enter. I don't know, the editor is not working for me. My goodness. Let me just see if I can save. Will it work now? I want to uncomment some of these things. Nothing is working. I will have to close the software, open it again. Let's go to the events page. I wonder if I'm just gonna delete that. On the style editor, I added this file. Let's see if I delete this file, it's supposed to disappear. I suppose it did disappear. Let's just go back to my events page. On the where am I? Sorry, it's like now putting me off guard here. I don't know why I can't edit. There we go. Get table from query. So what this function is doing, if I want to know, there is a query here, $str SQL, and I don't know what is the table for this. I know it's orders, but you can use any SQL anywhere. I put this in a function, so get table, so it's going to return only the table name and the table name only. I put this in a session variable because now it's available for the rest of the session, and I have a snippet on the page as well. Here we go. I prepared for you guys. So all it's going to echo onto the screen is actually that session variable. If it only echo the SQL and the colon on the screen, then we know that session, this table will be empty. But I expect to see session, orders. Let's just save this, build the project. Let's view it in the browser. Okay, so if I go over to the orders table on the list page, there we go. It took the entire query of this page and find the table only and return the table, and that's how my function works. You can use it anywhere where you have a SQL, and any SQL query will work. That's just something I've been using over the years, over the time actually. Sometimes I need to know what table I'm using right now to create this data. That is why you will also see that as I continue, it will make more sense, in the days that comes, because it will make more sense. Why? Because now for some reason I can't. Let's just minimize there. Okay, you will also see that I'm looking sometimes for is the page table based. Now, if you use this, if this is true, or if that is true, then extract it from the table. Else, we're going to use the table, or we will get the table or the page name from somewhere else. And sometimes I get it from the URL itself, and this is a way to extract the URL. I just need to open up my mail quickly. There's something very interesting that I ran into. I just want to see. It's a post from Sergi. He actually posted on online, and I found one of the comments of one of the users extremely handy. I actually forgot I want to show this. This is why I'm now lost, because I actually was supposed to be prepared. Trying to find, just give me a moment, guys, please. There we go. LinkedIn. That is what I'm looking for. Good grief. Yeah, this doesn't look good now. There we go. Okay, so Sergey posted this very interesting article regarding the Docker document, and I'm thinking I'm actually still busy making a YouTube tutorial regarding this. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but what I want to do is I want to see if we can go to that post quickly. It tells me we're going to leave this page. Okay, that's all fine. And this is where it is. I will put this link. It's not there at the moment. It's supposed to be there. But I will put this link in there. And then one of our... I think it was here. Hopefully it was here. If it's not... one of the comments was... I think of a different post. I think of a different post. Anyway, let me see if I can show you anyway. The reason why I wanted to show you where I found it, because it's not my code, it's somebody else's code. And so that is why. I'm opening up version 10.91 right now. You will not see that on the screen, but you know that it does take a little bit of time to open, actually. So this live streams is something so new to me, guys. Please bear with me. It will not be so unprofessional all the time. It will definitely improve as I do this and continue. What I wanted to give credit to this person now, and I'm gonna find his name, and I will put his name in the comments, and I will pin that comment just to say thank you for the amazing code that he actually supplied. So I have the code here on the. There we go. I'm just going to copy this quickly. All right, so on the custom function JS, this guy or lady or man or whoever, this wonderful person posted something he's using, and he's using a function in JavaScript. Oh, why can't I do a custom function JS? It says dummy func. I don't know why it show that. So I am now not sure where to put the JavaScript functions. Maybe I'm not allowed to put JavaScript functions, or maybe that's not supposed to disturb me at all. But anyway, he's this on this show toast thing where they have a title, message, image, duration, and I don't know what that is. FC. Anyway, so the show toast is similar to the sweet alert. Now I have a button over here. We're gonna open up the sweet alert. We all know how the sweet alert works, but now I'm just gonna see where do we custom buttons. Okay, I see how it works. So he goes to his client after event of the button, where I am right now on my button, and he just put in the information. So the title, I suppose we can play here now, but the title is just going to be I was hoping that was not going to happen like that. Anyway, I'm just going to say the message is basically the message. So I'm going to use this message, MSG the same here. The icon, it can be a couple of things. I think the icon you make I'm just copying from the other 10.9 project at the moment, and I don't even know if it's going to work because that function does bother me a little bit. But anyway, the icon is E for error. It's going to use the error icon. You can use I for info and S for success. That's the other options that you can use. And here, timer. Timer is a very interesting variable because it will, after 20 seconds, close automatically. And it has a nice visual on the screen to show you how it's going to close. So I'm going to make it to 20 seconds, maybe 30. And then after 30 seconds, maybe that's too much. And the position. Now the position is just going to be one which is left corner or something like that. Center of the screen, sorry. One is the center of the screen. And you can see that in the code as well, actually. So to the position is what I'm doing here. I'm getting a set of var project table, get some result. I don't want to do this sweet alert now. I'm going to use the message. Let's go to the message. The icon is set over there with the E. Timer is set to 20. The position is set to 1. And there is another variable in the beginning here called test. So let's just save this. If you what I wanted to show, if you open up this JS function, you can work it out. You know, 1 is center, 2 is stop start, and this 3 is top end, and you can play around with 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. It seems to be appears at the bottom. So what I do is I just write this code once. Look how much code this is, right, and put it in a function like this, and there's some okay, all right. Anyway, it's something about the duration, that there's a warning there. Let's see this but anyway, on the button, when you click this button, it's going to create a pop-up that will close automatically if you're not closing it. So let's let's hope it works. I did not test it, and that's probably clear. We're going to view this in browser so that we at least now there's this button, the security button. This is my order, so that entire setup works. Security table, there it is, query test. And I don't know if you can see this little thing at the bottom. It's moving back, and I set it to 30 seconds. Now I understand that 30 seconds is much longer than, you know, if you wait for it, but we're almost there, and it should close. There it is, it closed. So how handy, PHP functions and JavaScript functions. We can create our code will stay clean if we use functions constantly, or all the time, or most of the time. Create your own functions, especially for tasks that's going to require you to redo the same type of code every time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That is all I wanted to show for the evening. What's the time now? It's almost, yeah. I want to keep it sweet and short, and hopefully this is helping somebody. If you have a question or something else that you want to discuss or to demonstrate in a short period like this, please let me know in the comments. Even when the live now closes, you will still be able to put comments there. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. I urgently need your help. If you can, please, just, it costs you nothing. Just like the video. That would be amazing. And for those who feel they want to support the channel even further, can, for as little as $1, just join to support me and this channel, and so that we can see how long we can make things last. And anyway, that was what I wanted to show you. I enjoyed that. It's fun. Hopefully you guys will join me tomorrow night, or tomorrow again, more or less the same time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.